Oh, you can tell it's been a while, can't you? Good morning, everybody. I'll repeat all of that again. So yes, good morning. It is Coffee and Makeup here on Beyond Authentic Health and Beauty, where we are documenting our swimming world journey and beyond. My name is Lisa, and today is a Coffee and Makeup, which means I've just realised as well, everything's taken far longer this morning to set up than it used to, because obviously it's been a little while since I've done this. It really is. There we go. That's the Coffee and Makeup colours at the top of the screens now. So there you go. Good morning, everybody. Yes, as I was saying, it is Coffee and Makeup. We are back. It's been a hell of a few weeks, which I am able to talk about. So if we want to discuss why we've been off, what's been happening, all of that, then yes, it's all a bit hectic. So if you want to know what's been happening, then we can have a bit of a discussion. As I say, we are going to do it over on the Buy Me a Coffee, which is where we have our members sort of streams. We're going to be doing that a little bit later in the month. If you can hear lots of weird crunching of things, it is doing my head in already, but we're going to go with it. The dogs are up and about. They've had a fun morning in the garden, and now they are sat chewing bones. So if you can hear crunching and slobbering noises, that's what that is. Good morning to the Major. Good morning, Neat. How are you doing? Oh, is sub mode not on? That's my fault. Bear with. I'll set that up now. It's because it's been 100 million years since I've done these lives. It took me a long time to set this up this morning, to get it going. And yes, literally, I was sending messages out on Meta Business Suite, which is the new name for Facebook. I was actually doing something for the surplus supermarket this morning whilst I was setting this up, and then I couldn't get the phone to connect to the stream. Just a nightmare, as you can imagine. But yeah, it's fine. We've got it now. We've got it working. Is this one? Which one's live? Why have I not got one? So according to YouTube, I'm not even live. So am I on the right channel? I must be on the right channel. I don't even know what's happening right now. I'll try and set that as we go, Major. But yes, anyway, as you can see, my hair is in desperate need of a haircut, and also a colour. It's like, you know what I mean? It's the sort of natural colour with the greys coming through, which is not a good look. But anyway, what are we going to do today? So first of all, what is this live stream all about? So there we go. I found it now. So this live stream is all about drinking coffee and putting makeup on. Okay, but it is an interactive live stream. So basically what that means is, the dogs are doing my head in. This crunching noise, it's so, I hate it. But anyway, it's fine. Here we go. Subscriber mode, slow mode. Hang on a sec, Neat. Here we go. I'm doing it now. 10 seconds. Come on. Why have I got no? Oh, you know, it would help if you have your numbs lock on, wouldn't it? Right. Is that done? Is that done? I've clicked save. It should have changed. Has it updated now? Let me know on the comments on the stream if you can, Major. But yes, good morning, everybody. So, as I was saying, this stream is all about drinking coffee. I have 2 coffees here, and wearing makeup. So the makeup that we put on, or the makeup that I put on, is down to all of you in the live chat. So how this works is I've got a load of palettes surrounding me. Oh, there's a lot of noise. It's all on now. Fantastic. The Entertainment Hideout. Good morning, Lisa. Hello, Entertainment Hideout. Welcome to the channel. Lovely to have you here. Yes, hello. Welcome to the channel, Entertainment Hideout. It's all on now, Major. Thank you. So yes, so basically today I thought, seeing as we are in the Beyond Halloween section, which I know there haven't been any videos yet. I've just filmed the first of the Halloween light looks, I'm calling them. So they are on this channel. I've got some looks that are based around Halloween, based around the season. And oh, it's Nanette. Good morning, Nanette. Good to have you. Hi. I didn't know you changed your channel name and everything. I have seen the Entertainment Hideout popping up on my stream, but I didn't realize that was you. So that's obviously, that now makes perfect sense. Anyway, good morning. So yes, I was thinking today that, oh, so yes, I filmed one of the Halloween looks, right? So my lovely pad that I've got different, I wonder, can I show you? I'm not going to show you. I might just do, I'll show you one of the failed ones. So that was a failed design. But these are really cool. So one of them I have filmed. Put that down, Lisa. Don't do any spoilers. Good morning, Sandy Beaches. Oh, I love that name, Sandy Beaches. Oh, I wish I was on a sandy beach right now. Not that. No, that just sounds wrong. But you know what I mean. Good morning. So yeah, I filmed one of the looks, and that's going to be edited for probably edited maybe tonight and tomorrow morning, and hopefully it'll be up for the weekend. And then I've got it progresses basically. The Halloween looks on this channel are going to progress. So the first one is like Halloween light, so it's Halloween inspired, it's seasonal inspired, but it's not like full on face paints and all the rest. But I do actually have I love this time of year so much. I love this time of year so much, right? I have all of the face paints from Poundland and One Below and blood and stuffs, and like literally I've got I went a bit ham and got all of these, and we've even got some makeup, some face paints in at the Surplus Supermarket, which will be going on sale I think next week. So I'm going to be getting a packet of those as well. So I'll have every colour under the sun. So yes, so I'm planning lots of quite funky Halloween looks. I've got to say though, has anyone been in Poundland? I'll tell you what, hold on. We're in the gossip phase. So if you're here for the makeup, hang on a sec. This is the gossipy chatty phase, right? Has anyone been to Poundland and seen the prices on some of their Halloween stuff? It is ridiculous. Ridiculous. £8 for a ceramic, really low quality ceramic hand. You know, like one of the, I don't know whether you've seen it, when I do the tarot readings, quite often in the background, you'll see, talking about, hang on a second, I'm so distracted today because I've not had many coffees yet, but talking about tarot, look at my coffee mug, tarot readings, and the card is coffee. How cool is that? It's so brilliant. Love it. Look, yay. And it comes with a silicone sleevey thing, and it's a bamboo mug, so it's like, you know, get me all hipster and trendy and like available and economically and environmentally sustainable. But anyway, we went to Poundland, right? And sometimes in the back room you'll see there's a phrenology hand, a ceramic phrenology hand in the back, and you can use it as a ring stand and all of those things. And I just have it as part of my background, and they're really nice, and you know, it's decent quality ceramic. Poundland have the cheapest, thinnest, crappiest quality version for £8. I was amazed. They also had some candle holders that I swear last year were £1.50, and they were like £6. They had the battery powered lanterns that I got last year for £4, and they were now £6. Absolutely ridiculous. Sandy Beaches, you are absolutely right. You are absolutely right. Here we go. I'll put it on screen. Soon you won't be able to buy anything for £1 in the pound shop. I know, it is so ridiculous. So a lot of their face paint as well was really dodgy quality, so I didn't get a lot of it. But I went next door where we are. We've got a Poundland next door to a One Below, so I went to the One Below next door, and there was almost the exact same stuff, but instead of it being like £8 for a whatever pumpkin shaped thingy, they were like £3. So if you've got a One Below near you, go to One Below. Seriously, go to One Below. The Major says hello to everyone. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the pound shop needs to rename itself. It does it? Well, it's not called the pound shop, is it anymore? It's just called Poundland. Everything's around about £1, or no, now they say thousands of items a £1. Yeah, but you sell millions of items. So if only 1,000 is £1, then the rest of it is anyway. Nanette, interesting. The price went up on everything everywhere. It's horrible over here too in the States. So your Dollar Tree and like the dollar stores and all of those, Dollar General, have they all done the same? Have you like gone into the dollar store and gone, what's a dollar? Nothing's a dollar. I can buy $1 for $1 plus tax. Yeah, because then, yeah, all of that. But it's bonkers, isn't it? It's absolutely bonkers. But anyway, so I've got lots of face paint on standby. I have resisted buying Halloween decorations this year. Partly because I've got a load, partly because there's just nothing this year that I've gone, oh, I really want that. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, I must have that. But anyway, let's drink some coffee. Hold on for slurpy noises. Apologies. Oh, it did as well. That was the lid. So, oh God, there's so much to tell you all about. I've been away for so long to have a proper chatty catch up. Bit pissed off. So at the moment, oh, let me see. Hang on. Let me see if I turn this light off. Right. So let me see whether she'll do this. Computer, movie time. Movie time.
Okay.
Oh, you can't tell because it's so bright outside, but the lights are all just dimmed and everything's gone cool for movie time. So we've got an Amazon device where you say a name that's a little bit like Alexis. That one. We've got one of those, and I call her computer because I don't like saying that other A word. So I call her computer, and basically, so she does all my things for me now. So I go, computer, lounge light to 100%. Hello, computer, lounge light to 100%.
Okay.
There we go. See, it got a bit brighter. Computer, lounge light to green.
Okay.
Green light. You can't tell. At night.
I'm sure about that.
See, computer, lounge light to normal.
I don't know how to set lounge light to that setting.
She does. Computer, normal lights.
Okay.
And then the skink lights come back on and everything comes back on. So it's really cool. Anyway, let's put my manual light back on. So got all of this Alexa. Oops, sorry, I said that then, didn't I? Is that side? Oh yeah, it is. Got all of that stuff, automated stuff done, right? So I thought, do you know what? I want a coffee machine that I can put on the smart plug in the kitchen, and I can have it set so that basically in the morning I say, good morning, and she tells me what my schedule is for the day, what the weather's like, gives me a quick news update on what's going on in the world from the BBC, and then triggers that the lights will come on, the reptile lights will come on, and then the coffee machine comes on or the kettle comes on. Now, I wanted a coffee machine that just comes on when it powers on, it comes on. So you now want an on-off switch that's actually a switch. So you go click down, click up. So anyway, sorry, I just knocked the tripod. So anyway, right, let's just raise you up slightly. So that was all going great. And so we found one on Amazon Prime Day when they were doing their deals. It's just not, hang on, sorry, 1 second, everybody. I'm trying to raise you up a bit on the tripod and it's getting a bit annoying. There we go. There we go. That's a bit better, isn't it? That's a bit better. So I found one on Amazon Prime Day, on the, Prime Day 2. Really good. Breville sandwich coffee maker. Supposed to be 40 odd quid, down to 30. Really good. I was like, yes, get it. It got delivered the next day. Fantastic, says me. Absolutely amazing. It's in the box waiting to go back. Because it's one of these ones similar to the one that I've already got. I've got like a 1 cup one at the moment, which is fine, except if you want to make multiple coffees, it takes forever because you've got to take it out, empty the thing out, put another one in, redo it again. So anyway, this one that turned up, the on-off switch is a push button, which means it's fine. You can turn it on, but the minute you tell the plug to turn off, it instantly stops and it resets. So when you tell the plug to turn back on, or when it's all set on the routines for Alexa, it's set on all the routines, it doesn't work. So I've got to try and find a coffee machine. And on all the blurb, it said on-off switch, manual on-off switch, which it technically is, but it's an on-off switch that you've got to press each time and it resets itself. I've got one of those already. If I wanted one, well, I have to wait until, because the plan was, what I do in the morning, my morning routine now is literally I walk in the lounge, I say good morning to the doggos, I say, computer, good morning. She goes through all of her doodahs and sets everything up, starts telling me my schedule, and then I'll nip and pick up my clothes, bring those into the lounge, let the dogs out for a wee, all of that, and then I go into the kitchen. Now, at the moment, I go in the kitchen, the kettle's boiled. Perfect. By the time I've done everything, kettle's boiled, simple, make a cup of coffee. But I don't want to have instant coffee. I want my nice coffee. And it's just a faff to then have to set everything and do everything. So I wanted a coffee machine where it would all be done. And anyway, it's not worked. So yes, a little bit annoying, but that's just one little thing at the moment. So I've got my coffee, but I've had to faff around and do all of that. So a little annoyance today, a little annoyance. And now I've got to try and find another coffee maker that's going to work. But anyway, we are 17 minutes in. You lot don't care about any of that, do you? You're not here to hear me moan and bitch about Amazon Prime Day and coffee makers and things like that. You want to know what we're talking about with makeup. So, tell you what, though, it's good coffee. I've gone back to me packed subscriptions. After trying lots of different coffee things, I missed the packed every month. So I've got it turning up every 3 weeks now. And I really missed my coffee. And I know that it's an irritant to the bladder with the bladder cancer going on, blah, blah, blah. I'm limiting the amount of coffee I drink now, but I've got to have my coffee. I can't function without it. I can't function. I am literally, I'm a walking zombie without my coffee. So there we go. So it's a necessity. It's a medical, emotional, and physical necessity. Anyway, enough about the coffee side of the stream. Let's talk about the makeup, shall we? So I've got several Halloween palettes, okay? Oh, bless you. Oh, bless you. Nanette says, I want to know what is happening with you, including that you have a coffee maker that you don't like. Thank you. Thank you, Nanette. You're always lovely. Let me just work out. I don't know. Oh, I know what's happening. The legs keep, that's what's going on. I keep thinking, why am I falling down in the shot? It's because the tripod leg the leg wasn't clipped in, so one of the legs was just doing this. That's funny. But anyway, yes, anyway, so makeup wise, what have we got? So over the last several years, right, I have bought lots of Halloween themed palettes, including this year, where I've bought the Beetlejuice palettes, which were good. You know, I've got to say the one I got, I'm really pleased with. Over the previous years, though, some of them have been hit and miss. I've got some Colourpop palettes. I've got lots of Revolution palettes and a couple of indie palettes. So I thought today we'll start to go through some of these, and I'll let you all choose the look that I'm going to be doing today based on, hang on, see if I can straighten this light out to make it a little bit more even. There we go. Based on one of the palettes. So that was what we're going to do today. So I've got all number of palettes here, right? And we're going to talk a little bit about each one before we go down the road of deciding what we're going to do on my face. Okay, so I've got the I Heart Revolution Good Luck Charms palette. This was from a few years ago. Now, if you know, you know, I am not a great big fan of the I Heart Revolution range by Rev. I'm just not. I think they are so hit and miss. But these are little spell books, and so I just had to get these. So the Good Luck Charms is all greens and sort of aquas. Quite a nice colour story, to be fair. I think I reviewed this one. I know I reviewed, there was a black, I think it was called Hexes and Curses. That was just disgusting. I couldn't use it. It was so rubbish. I literally put it in the giveaway pile. In fact, I think I might have even binned it. It was that bad. There was this one that I remember liking. It's the Fortunes and Crystals palette. And this is all the sort of more pastel-y pinks and sort of the more pretty shades, if you like. And this I thought was actually really good. I Heart Revolution, as I say, very hit and miss. I actually really liked this one though. So yeah, I then got a palette. So this was 2 years ago, I believe, or it might even have been 3 years ago. I can't remember. But this palette, which is the Revolution Forever Flawless Enchanted palette, this was their Halloween release 2 years ago. And this is the palette that me and Kirsty did our first ever collaboration with. So if you don't know Kirsty, she's a very good friend of mine on YouTube and in person, and she's known as the Kitchen Witch on YouTube, and she used to do a lot of videos. Now not so much, but she used to do a lot of videos, and we did a collab with this palette, which again I think is a really nice palette. I like the color story. It's slightly more muted colors, but then that middle row is kind of the more pastel-y sort of light shades. So I thought that was really good. So you love the palette, the Beetlejuice palette that I got. It's actually really good. Did you manage to get hold of it? I would recommend it. I do recommend it. If you can get hold of that and the highlighter palette were absolutely amazing. I am doing a look coming up with the green mascara. So I've done some makeup tests. By having this new pad where I can draw out all my designs, I've actually been doing makeup tests as well. So that's been really interesting. But anyway, so one of the looks I'm doing is featuring that green mascara, which is why I bought it. And if you layer it up enough, literally put about 8 layers of that bloody mascara on, it does show up. I actually wore it to our Slimming World group yesterday, which I will also talk about and give you all a Slimming World update if you want a little bit later. Anyway, so that's 3 palettes. Is it 3 palettes? Have I talked about 3? No, that's those. Yeah, those 3 palettes, right? The Makeup Obsession came out a couple of years ago with 2 palettes. I've lost the other one. This is the one that says Creep It Real. And this is what that color story looks like. So it is absolutely, as you can imagine, right up my street. That bright neon pink, the couple of sort of purpley shades, and then the browns. I think that is absolutely just beautiful. Really like it. I could do with a bit more vivid, vibrant. I keep mixing up my words. I could do with a couple more vibrant shades, but I really do like that one. And then I've got, well, I'll show you the one. So this is the one I bought in the same as the Revolution, the Beetlejuice collection one. This was the one that I just picked up just to tip me over the free postage thing because it was on sale. And it's the Bart Simpson Treehouse of Horror, the Raven palette. I like it. It's very good for my grunge looks when I just do my like rock and roll grunge sort of punky type look. Perfect for that. And then the ColourPop, away from Revolution now. You can tell I'm a Revolution bitch, can't you? Away from Revolution, I picked up last year the Nightmare Before Christmas palette, which is this one, which again, look at that. Sort of pinks, purples, right up my colour story, right up my street. You know what I'm trying to say. Absolutely perfect. This, I think I reviewed on the channel. Can't remember. Did I review this one? I got this with the Hocus Pocus collection. Now, I know I reviewed the Hocus Pocus collection last year. I don't think I reviewed this. Anyway, it's good. I like it. I like it a lot. Like it a lot. And then the other one, I haven't got the Hocus Pocus collection here with me today. But the other one I've got is from Pretty Little Palettes. Now, this is gone. This used to be, not the palette. This used to be an indie brand, okay? And this was, they did all sorts of really cool sort of themed palettes and all sorts of really weird and wonderful sort of, you know, themes. And this one is the vampy one. And so that's what it looks like on the packaging. But look at that. Look at the colors. So we've got these sort of rusty brown, rusty reds. And then we've got this gorgeous, vibrant purple there, which I absolutely adore. It's a really beautiful color. A couple of shimmers, a silver, a black, some browns. So again, a really nice vampy palette. So those are all the Halloween palettes that I've got for today's coffee and makeup. Okay, so these are today's options. I have still got the Hocus Pocus 1 series from ColourPop, and obviously the Beetlejuice collection and a couple of others from Rev and sort of other places as well in the back room that I'm still sorting through. So I will maybe bring some of those out for next week with some of the palettes that today maybe don't make the cut. So then I guess with all of these palettes, I guess there's two very obvious options, isn't there? So we've got Revolution or non-Revolution, I guess, first of all. So Revolution would give you the I Heart Rev palettes, the Forever Flawless palette, the Creep It Real palette, and the Bart Simpson palette. Okay, so that gives you those to choose from in the second wave. In our non-Revolution, it means we're down to the vampy one and the Nightmare Before Christmas. So we're going to do a look based on whatever you lot decide. So all you've got to do then, the first options on this today are we going to go with a Makeup Revolution palette, or are we going to go with an alternative? So either Revolution or alternative. Those are going to be your options today. If you are new here, you get to vote what ends up on my face. So that's what we're going to do now. Okay, so the two options, the first choices you've got to make are revolution or alternative. And then we'll whittle it down from there. Okay, so if you want to vote, please put your vote in the comments just about now. Okay, so then there's not many of us on today, partly because I didn't schedule this in advance and partly because I've been away for what, 6 weeks. So yeah, I can absolutely believe it. So the major says thank you, Miss Alvey. The major says revolution, and the entertainment hideout, Nanette, says revolution. We've got 3 others watching. There's only 5 watching today. I know, right? It's really quiet, but that means we can have more of a chat, which I quite like sometimes. So it looks like revolution it is. So then that means we're not going for the vampy one. Do you know what? I can never pick, because I would have thought you would have gone for either the Nightmare one or this vampy one from this like indie brand that's no longer around. I thought you would have been sure to pick that. Right then. Okay, so I guess the next category will be I Heart Revolution or Revolution. Okay, I know technically one of those is Makeup Obsession, but I Heart Revolution for the 2 spell books. Remember, really hit or miss. But again, you can really put me to my tests on makeup ability these days if you want. Or I Heart Revolution, which would be that's I Heart Revolution, or Revolution, which is the Flawless, the Creep It Real, and the Bart Simpson. So again, let's start whittling this down, shall we? So if you want me to try the spell books, it's I Heart Revolution or Heart Revolution. If you want me to try one of the other 3 palettes, just choose Revolution. And again, we'll do that right now in the live chat. So if you want to pick I Heart Revolution or Revolution, choose now. Okay, Ruby's having a bit of a moment. You're right, Rubes. Get a drink. Get a drink. Get a drink. Good girl. We'll see if we can get up on the sofa in a bit. All right, good girl. Hang on, everybody. Good girl, Rubes. I know you want to get up, don't you? Well, there's these. Hang on. Are you all right? What have you done? What have you? Oh. Hang on. We've got an Eddie. Eddie, hello. Say hello to everybody. Hello. Yes, we've got an Eddie. I was making space for Ruby then, wasn't I? Right, Eddie, can you get down? You go down. Good boy. Come on in, Rubes. Come on in, old girl. Come on in, old girl. There we go. Look, there's Ruby. There's Ruby. Sorry, no worries, Sandy Beaches. That's not a problem. Oh, there we go. So Revolution is going to be the option. So there we go. We're back. Sorry about that. It just all froze. Revolution is going to be the option for today. And then we whittle it down even further. So we have the Forever Flawless palette with the sort of smoky, dark, sort of smoky, vampy colours. We have the Creep It Real with the neon pink. Bear in mind, I'm wearing red and black tartan type this today. So, you know, please don't do me wrong. So we've got this one, or we've got the Bart Simpson Treehouse of Horror Revolution, like little mini grungy one. So then, this is going to be very simple. 1, 2, or 3. So 1 is the Revolution Forever Flawless. 2 is the Makeup Obsession, Creep It Real. And 3 will be the Bart Simpson Treehouse of Horror. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, are you ready? Vote now. I've got so bad at this, haven't I, without doing it for so many weeks. So yeah, vote now, put it into the live chat, and we will choose the palette. let's have a look at what you've chosen today then. Oh, Nanette says 1, Major says 2. If you would like me to pick one of the palettes, Sandy says 3. Oh, that's great, that is. If anybody else watching, please, we've got a 3-way tie. So if anybody else watching wants to alter or swing the vote, 1, 2, and 3, you're gonna. I need one more person to vote at least, just to break the tie. This is the first one. This is the second. This is the third. So can you please vote 1, 2, or 3? If you are watching this live, just put a 1, a 2, or 3 in the comments, and see what it is you would like, please. 1, 2, or 3. That would be really useful. 1, 2, or 3, and then I'm going to use that palette to create a look. If not, I tell you what, we'll do a random number. The Major has the deciding vote, she says. No, we'll do a random number picker. Oh, I haven't even got my phone because I'm using it to film on. So the dog's crunching. It's so bad. It's oh, my misophonia is really bad today. But anyway, right. So we're having nobody else voting. So then we're going to do a random number picker. Hang on. Let's type this into the Google random number generator wheel. There we go. Random number wheel. Hang on, and I'll show you this. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. Right, here we go. Now let me just see if I can. Oh, Jessica's here. But Jess has voted 3. Thank God for that. I was gonna have to share my screen and everything. Right, Jess has voted, and Jess has voted for number 3. So that's it then. So we've got the makeup revolution. Yes, thank you, Ruby. I tell you what, shall I move? Hang on. I'll move my lipsticks out the way, Ruby, because, you know, there you go. Then you can put your head down. She's getting old now, bless her, Ruby Dooby Doobies. Aren't you, love? Yeah, so she can lie down now in peace. Have you got everything? You're not going to... There we go. Good girl. So then, this is what we're going to use then today. I did not expect this. The Simpsons Revolution Treehouse of Horror palette. This came out last year. And this is the one, let's get rid of that. This is the one that is, I think is actually still available. It was in the sale, and it is actually a really nice, grungy, sort of dark toned, sort of browns and greys and black. So that's cool. We're going to use that then as our palette for today. Now, I do have my brushes and mirror and everything else in front of me. I am looking for, bear with a second. Oh, my second coffee, the milk has split because I use non-dairy milk. I'm actually drinking potato milk at the moment. I know, right? Potato milk. It's from the Surplus supermarket, it's Surplus to Purpose in Leeds, and it's actually really good. I quite like it, but occasionally if you do put it in super hot drinks, it can split, and that's just what's happened. But anyway, I'll drink this one, and then I will give it a jiggle. So then, anyway, how is everyone? I haven't been here for weeks and weeks and weeks, so we haven't had a proper catch up in ages. How are you doing? Let us know in the comments. Like, let's have a proper catch up. So then, Sandy, Major, Jess and Nanette and anyone else watching, how are you doing? Like, how have you been the last few weeks? What's going on in your lives? Like, let's have a little catch up. Let's have a proper little gossip for 5 minutes, and then we'll crack on with some makeup. So I've got to say, me and Rufus are doing okay. I'm now getting some counselling support for the cancer stuff because it's actually affecting me far more than I thought it had, which is one of the reasons why I've not been on YouTube for a little while. I really did need some cancer support and didn't realise that I needed that support. So yeah, it's been a bit difficult at times, because where we are with the cancer, I don't know whether people have seen the cancer update, but yes, so I still have bladder cancer. It came back after the second surgery, and we are currently waiting for another cystoscopy, so another camera jobby to see what stage it's at and where we're at, and then depending on what the camera reveals, will depend whether or not or when the next lot of surgery is going to be. So that's a bit of a pain in the backside. Again, chances are, with the way the NHS is at the moment and delays and the way that this bunch of bastards are going in terms of funding and everything else, chances are that I probably won't get surgery before Christmas. But then you've got COVID numbers rising again and all of that. So chances are my surgery isn't going to be till January, February. Hopefully the cystoscopy should be in November, so should be end of next month-ish. That's when I'll be called for another cystoscopy. And then we'll find out exactly how bad the cancer is then. So we'll get a better idea. Obviously, we're in the monitoring phase and the cancer's only here from... Oh, thank you. Lisa Strafford's here. Thank you, my darling. We've done the first lot of makeup picks and we're down to this one palette we're going to be using today. But thank you, my darling. Yes, hopefully the surgery will happen as soon as. We don't know quite where we're at yet. Obviously, July was when I had the last, no, was it June? I think it was June that I had the last surgery. And that was when they chemo flushed the bladder through. So there's nothing that was growing there then. Anything that's growing has come back since June, July. So it's not too horrendous. You know, if I've got to wait until after Christmas for another surgery, it's not going to be too horrendous. 6 months in the grand scheme of things, it's a relatively slow growing ish, although it came back pretty fast. So maybe it's not. But they think it's like relatively slow growing. So it's not going to be like it suddenly can metastasize and go around the body or anything like that. It should be still manageable, even if I've, you know, got to wait a little while for surgery. So we should still be okay. But it means we can't plan much because we just don't know when it's likely to be. So, you know, we want to go down and see Rufus's mum and dad. We want to go. It was my great aunt's funeral recently. So yeah, so it's just a little bit, I couldn't get to that because of everything that's been happening and because of being at the supermarket and getting the counselling on a Friday. So it was last Friday. So it's just everything's a bit difficult at the moment in terms of planning. But, you know, we're still here. We're still cooking. We're still, what is it? Rocking and rolling. We're all still good. Jessica Ryan, you're doing good. Thank you for asking. A new group up the road started called the Daffodil Club. Oh, that sounds good. What's that all about? I might give that a try to see what it's like. Yeah, that's cool. Let us know what that's like then. No problem. No problem. You've been doing a lot of watch parties on your channel for October. How do you do a watch party then? How do you do a watch party? Let me know. I don't know how you do that. I want to do some watch parties. Misbehave. Hello, beautiful. Not seen. Oh, thank you. Not seen you in ages. Love. Hope you're all okay. Missed yous and your Slimming World videos. We've got more Slimming World videos coming. Yay. Oh, thank you, Jess. We've got more Slimming World videos coming. Misbehave. So we're still on Slimming World. Rufus has just yesterday, in fact, got a brand new award. Have a guess, everybody in the chat, right? You've all been with us as he reached his 9 stone and his 9.5 and all of that. Have a guess where he is now. Have a guess what award Rufus got yesterday. So I am at 3 stone 10 now. So I am slowly plodding along. 3 stone 10. It's getting there. I can see 4 stone. This is the most weight I've ever lost in my life. I can see the 4 stone award coming. Might be a couple of weeks, might be a month away. Don't know. I'm just going to keep plodding along. I had a binge last week with all the stress of taking on a new supervisor role at work, which is still unpaid. But taking on a new role basically meant that, yeah, I had some stress to deal with. And so there were 2 packets of Pop-Tarts that disappeared into my belly, which wasn't good because there's a lot of gluten and a lot of sugar, and the sugar's not good for my diabetes and the gluten's not good for my tummy. But anyway, that wasn't good. In fact, that was really bad, but managed to, thanks to the my body's reaction to the gluten and being incredibly poorly for 4 days, it basically meant that I didn't gain much weight. So yeah, I'm still at 3 stone 10, but Rufus came in yesterday with a 2.5 pound loss, and Rufus is at 12 stone, 12 stone, £9. So yesterday, Rufus picked up his Slimming World 12.5 stone award. That's how much he has lost since June of last year. No, since June of last year when we rejoined. 12.5 stone. He is doing phenomenally well. He is absolutely killing it on Slimming World, absolutely killing it. Regularly Slimmer of the Week. I think most months he's been Slimmer of the Month. He is doing just beyond amazing. Literally, he is so amazing. He's just doing amazing. So yes, he really has been. And yeah, he's just going amazing, absolutely amazing. So we're still on it. We're still like going for it. With me, it's a bit more hit and miss. But for Rufus, he's just so focused. And so yeah, he's doing amazing. I'm so proud of him. It is absolutely phenomenal what he's doing. So yeah, we're still going to Slimming World. We are going to start filming some more recipes because now we're getting into winter season. The soup maker is going to come back out. They've got a new soup book apparently coming at Slimming World. But obviously we've now got access to lots and lots of different fruit and vegetables all the time. And we access that a lot. We get a lot of fruit and veg from the surplus supermarket. And we cook an awful lot. Rufus is back cooking. Obviously, when we first started back on Slimming World, middle of last year, he was really poorly. So I did a lot of the cooking. And now he's taking that back on. Even though he's got no sense of smell or taste, I have to keep taste testing. Does he exercise, says Sandy? He kind of does. He's at the supermarket 3 or 4 days a week. So he's a little bit active. More active than he was, but he doesn't really supervise. He doesn't really exercise a lot. Miss Maeve, you've got a soup maker. It's amazing. You love it. Yeah, absolutely. Soup makers are the way to go. So we're getting into winter season now, quite colder season. So the soup maker's back out. Our air fryer, we just don't use the oven anymore. We use the hob, but we don't use the oven at all because of the air fryer. But soup maker, air fryer and slow cooker, those are all coming back out. So the soup maker's in the cupboard, the slow cooker's in the cupboard. They'll be coming out. Bread maker will finally be either going in the cupboard or going to a charity shop because we haven't used it since lockdown, the first lockdown when there was no bread on the shelves. We haven't used it since you were able to get bread, especially now we're back on Slimming World. We only have certain bread that we're allowed to have and only 2 slices a day and all of that stuff. So it's been absolutely bonkers. Yay! Hello, Kirsty. Kirsty's here. See, I was talking about her earlier. Oh, thank you. You can tell I've lost weight. I've only lost, as I say, I'm at 3 stone 10. Rufus is at 12 stone 9. So, you know, he's blowing me out the water. Yay. Kirsty, good morning, everyone. Wow, just finished cleaning the troll's bedroom to find Miss Lisa's live. I know, right? We're back. Your slow cooker came out for the first time yesterday. Yeah, ours is probably coming out this weekend. Oh gosh, there's so many. Oh, hang on. Oh, Nanette's messaged about the live. Hang on a second. Oh, la, 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 la. You've got a co-host and you watch the movie and talk about it with the people in the chat and they watch it, but you mute your telly and have the subtitles on. That's probably a good idea, you know. We could probably do that as well. I might have to do it like that. I might be able to, if I'm watching something on the laptop, I might be able to pull it up and do a, you know, picture in picture type thing or something. I don't know how to do it yet, but I'm working on it. Oh, thank you, Jess. It'll look a lot better once I've done my face, honestly. Good to know. Losing weight without killing yourself in the gym. Yeah. So, Sandy, honestly, Slimming World, if you work it, it works. If you don't, it don't. And Rufus has done 12.5 stone now without going back to the gym. He is more active. Obviously, losing that amount of weight means he can physically do more. And we're out and about and trying to just like walk and do little things a little bit more. We don't tend to like go and exercise. We'll take the dogs out a little bit, and we don't tend to do a lot because of my fibro. I can get really wibbly. So there's limits onto what we can do physically, but he's done all of that so far without killing himself at the gym. So yeah, absolutely. Hang on. Oh gosh, everything's jumped. Everything's jumped. They're brilliant. Cauliflower cheese soup. You're addicted to it. You make loads. Wow, Miss Behave. That sounds really good, actually. That does sound really good. We've got to be careful with cheese on Slimming World, but yeah, I can see how that would be tasty. Nanette says you've got some friends in the horror community and they have headphones that they can hear the movie, and the people on the panel, you just can't afford them right now. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's a good point, actually. I could do it with headphones or maybe my earbuds or something that I bought us for our anniversary last year. Can you believe it's nearly our 7-year anniversary, everyone? Nearly 7 years that we've been together. The Major bought a Ninja Foodie. That's like an air fryer thing, isn't it? And you haven't used your oven since. It's amazing. It makes a lovely stew in 10 minutes. Oh, that might not be an air fryer thing then. I don't know what a Ninja Foodie is. Maybe we'll have to have a look. We've got a Kozori thingy one. They're brilliant, Major. See, everyone's talking about the slow cooker now. Laughing cow cheese in your allowance. Oh, Misbehave, send us the recipe. Send us the recipe. That sounds quite good. I've got to be careful with dairy, but I can have a little bit. So yeah, that does sound really good, actually. Right, drinking me coffee. Hang on a second, everyone. I'll tell you what. Let's do a spooky Halloweeny thing. Because we're going to do some makeup straight after this. I'm not doing spooky makeup yet, though, but we are going to do a grunge look after this. Yes, Beyond Halloween. It is Beyond Halloween. So, what are we doing for Beyond Halloween? Wow, there's going to be all sorts of different looks. Talking about, just before we go on to makeup looks, jump down, Ruby. Talking about he who has lost 12.5 stone. Rufus, do you want to come and say hello on the live? He is doing so amazingly bonkers, like absolutely amazingly bonkers. It really is. It's a multi-cooker, air fryer plus pressure cooker plus oven. Wow. That sounds really good, actually. That sounds really good. You made a risotto in 7 minutes. So, hang on, I'm just going to tell Rufus. Rufus. He's got the not the kettle. He's got the thingy on. No, air fryers use a lot less electricity, Jess. They're very, very economical. Anita's bought a Ninja Foodie, right? So it's a slow cooker, air fryer, and oven all in one. And she did a risotto in 7 minutes.
Yeah, I think the
oh. Yeah. Yeah. Get down a sec, Rubes. Hang on, I'm going to see if he wants to come and say hello to you. She pressure cooked it in 7 minutes. Wow. Right, jump down, Rubes. A risotto in 7 minutes. That's amazing. That's just rubbish. Yeah, I had to move everything because Ruby Doo was insisting on getting up on the sofa while I was about to do my makeup. That's my socks for today. Yeah. Are you ready? Are you ready, everyone? Hang on. Are you ready for my skinny? Look at my skinny husband. Look how skinny he is. You are. Look at his neck. Look at everything. Look how well he's doing. Wow.
I'm not skinny.
You are. With a little Eddie there. Look, little Eddie.
Yeah.
There you go. Look.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh. So yes, isn't he doing amazing? So how do you feel? I know this is like a makeup stream, but seeing as we've not been on live for ages, how do you feel with 12.5 stone off?
The same as normal. Apart from it is easier. I think when I got to maybe 8-9 stone off, I think things started getting easier. But my legs don't feel it so much these days. The way
no,
my legs feel a lot better than they used to. Get down, mister. Yes.
And what about Misbehave says you look good. The Major says looking good, Rufus. Amazing, says Misbehave. Morning, Rufus, says Kirsty. Literally half the man he was, physically only, of course. I know, right? So, what's been for those of you, because Misbehave is on Slimming World.
Yeah.
So for those of them out there on Slimming World, what would you say to people that struggle with it, like I do? What would you say what would your advice be to people that are struggling with the plan or struggling to lose weight?
Keep turning up. Don't just stop going because you've had a shit week. Because I said if you turn up, you know, you're still being accountable for, you know, for whatever you've done. And if you don't turn up and get weighed, then that's obviously the worst thing I think you can do, is just to not turn up because you feel bad because you might have had a gain or whatever. Like you do, don't you? Occasionally, every now and again, some, you know, things you don't always get the result you wanted. But like I say, you can, as long as you still turn up, you know exactly where your weight is and what you're doing. But yeah, even I do it. You know, I've had a few small gains, only very small ones. But I think, like I said, partly I think I'm doing as well as I am because I do no added sugar, so I keep my sugars to a minimum. And the sugars I have usually are just like natural sugars. And at the moment, I can pick fruit during the day, and then I have fruit at sort of
Big bowl of fruit
after dinner as well. Whereas before, I could probably, quite a few months back, I could have overate fruit, and now I can eat fruit during the day as well if I really want it, and even in the night occasionally.
And still come in with a 2.5 pound loss this week, which is amazing.
I think I am building a bit of muscle now, so
yeah, just from being a little bit more active, and obviously we volunteer a few days a week at the. How many sins in a Pop-Tart? Sandy Beaches, all of them. I don't know how many there are in a Pop-Tart, but I had 2 packets, so I had 16. 16. The Major says, you look so young, Rufus.
Oh, me?
Yeah, Nanette says you're doing a great job. Jessica Ryan, Jess says, oh, hang on, you look really good, Rufus, and you can tell the difference so much. Well done. You'll get ID'd now, says the Major.
Probably.
Just remember, he's older than me. He's older than I am. Just keep that in mind. Everyone's like, oh, Lisa's a bloody cougar. How many calories in a Pop-Tart? Why are you doing calories, not sins?
300, was that per 100 grams?
No, that's a tart.
Hang on a second.
Hang on.
Oh.
It's 10 sins for one.
What's one piece? It says 190 calories in one piece. What is that?
Yes, that's 10 sins. One bit of Pop-Tart. So when you open the packet, you get 2 in each little sleeve, and you get 4 sleeves.
Oh, that's changed, isn't it?
So there were 20 sins in each little sleeve. And so, hang on, if I had 8, that was 80 sins. 160 sins.
Why unfrosted Pop-Tarts have more calories than frosted?
Oh my God!
Unfrosted ones are 210 calories, and it's a single Kellogg's frosted strawberry Pop-Tarts are 200 calories. Yeah, but the unfrosted are more calories.
Yeah. So basically, all the sins. So considering you're supposed to have 15 a day, and
so do you get
80 sins?
8 sins in a pack then? 80
sins.
8 Pop-Tarts in the pack,
yes.
And
I had all of them twice.
And you get 8. You get 8 in a pack.
Yes, and I had all of them twice. So that was 80 sins twice. Thank God. Thank God I'm allergic to gluten. We didn't actually buy them. So what happened? What happened was that basically, because we work at the we volunteer for the Surplus supermarket, there's all sorts of food comes in, and we get stuff for our neighbours next door. But these came in during the early part of the week, and we normally do them a box on a Friday, don't we?
Yeah.
So they came in and they got stored, but normally they would go straight out to them. But because they got stored, they were in the back room, and because I was having such a stressy week, they weren't in the back room. They all disappeared. They all disappeared in my tummy, didn't they?
They did.
They did. So yeah. So I had 160 sins in 2 days. But luckily, thank God, my body goes to gluten. No, you shall not stay. You shall pass. I was trying to do you shall not pass from Lord of the Rings, but actually it's you shall pass, and it got rid of them all. So yeah, so that just shows you how poorly I was. Thank God.
Grab a pot noodle. Lost the pot.
Oh no, thank you.
Coupons.
Yeah, it will be.
Coupons.
Little Miss Budget's on. Good morning, Ness. I hope you are well. Anyway, we've just caught up with Rufus, Ness. So Rufus has now got his 12.5 stone award at Swimming World yesterday. And you just go for it, aren't you?
Yeah, just like I say, I think a lot of it is being more active and just, you know, they always say, even if you're on your feet, getting up and down during the day rather than just sitting as soon as you get home from work or wherever, just sit and do nothing. I'm always doing something. Yes, mister. Oh, should I take you outside in a minute? Oh,
yeah.
No. Oh, you man.
But yeah, anyway. Morning. Right, yeah. I'm going to go back to, let's go back to the makeup now. Let's go back to the makeup.
I've got to cook your dinner, mister. I'm going to cook your mince now. And then I'll take...
Hang on, right. Everyone say goodbye to Rufus. We've got an hour left, so I need to do this now.
Pinches my skin with his toes.
He does, because he's a little bugger. He's a little bugger, is already.
Yeah.
I
know. I just wish I had skinnier legs, but I suppose that's from a bit.
You have got skinny legs. Look at this. Look at this skinny leg. Anyway, right. Go away now. I'm the star of this one. Yeah, it's all about me, this one, not you. Getting up at Swimming World. Oh, look at Rufus with his millions of stones. He's such an inspiration. They love you, don't they, at group?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Teacher's pet.
You are. I know, she keeps saying that she wants to get your photo and she keeps talking about being in the magazine.
End, but she was busy at the end.
Yeah, she was. She had to sort out the new members. Yeah. But yes, so everyone, we're still on plan. We're going to do some recipes, aren't we? Because Rufus has got really good with mouli.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh yeah, that's a new one, isn't it?
Yeah, so mouli is like a large white radish, which is really, it's really nice, isn't it? It's a really mild white radish, and we do it in a curry, or Rufus does it in a curry. So we'll do that.
I'll dice it up, maybe like.
Dice it up like potatoes, don't you?
1 to 1.5 centimetre square.
Yeah, like into cubes.
Small cubes.
Yeah.
And then
puts it in a curry and things, and that's really tasty. So we'll do a recipe for that. Yeah, we will do a recipe for that, and we'll also do. I've got a recipe which is going to be really, really cool for pancakes. But I'm going to make them. So we do savoury ones. We turn them into wraps, and I'm going to do some Halloween-themed pancakes that are going to be cut into shapes. So watch this space. Yes. And the ones we've got at work that are orange, do you not think that'd be perfect pumpkin look? To do a pumpkin, so the batter itself is orange. Mm-hmm.
No, I want my pancakes with lemon and some of the.
They can do. I'll put lemon on them and a little bit of fake sugar. Yeah,
sweetness.
Yeah, gonna do all of that. Absolutely amazing.
I've got some or stuff in whatever.
Yeah. It'd be amazing. So yeah, so stay tuned for all of that as well, because that is going to be coming as part of Beyond Halloween. Rabina Sahunter's here. We do love food. Rabina Sahunter's here. Hello. Gosh, and so the chat's gone all bonkers on itself. So Lisa, I may have accidentally purchased the Cult Beauty Advent Calendar. I haven't even looked at makeup advent calendars because I've got so much makeup I don't need one. That's a bit of a lie. I have looked at a couple, but then decided that all of the ones that have skincare in, I don't need. I've got so much skincare, and because now I've really fine-tuned what my skincare needs are, so I don't need other skincare products. So I like a hyaluronic acid serum, which I've got here, which I'm about to apply. I like an eye cream. This is a good one. You've got one as well, haven't you, there? This is a good one by Revolution. This is the Planet Revolution one. It works okay. There's also the Miracle Revolution one. So really like that. These two work really well. And then the H2O Rejuvenation one that Aldi did, bizarrely, is actually really good as well. So I use that one at night. That is working for me at the moment. And whilst it's working, I don't want to move stuff around a bit. So because of that, I don't want to get a beauty advent calendar with lots of products that I'm not going to use. I really have fine-tuned what works for my skin. So although I keep looking at them, it's like, oh, I wouldn't use that. I wouldn't use that. I wouldn't use that. It's upstairs waiting for you. You've seen the spoilers and unboxings as you wanted to make sure I had stuff in it. It's £235. Good Lord, Major. Wow. I mean, that is a present to yourself. That's your little pot of dreams, wasn't it? You need to see that. Okay, Nanette, we're definitely going to film it. It's really, really good. It's so simple to use. It will be up probably next week, because it is on our list to film over the weekend. So yeah, flipping Nora, yeah, don't blame you. I would have checked too. It's a lot of money, isn't it? The ASOS one is rubbish this year, and it's £10 dearer. Wow. It's not as good. You saved a second pot of dreams to purchase it, so been saving for a year. Wow. It doesn't bode well for my Christmas pot. No, don't get me wrong. I do like presents and things. I do.
Do they want to see what pot of yogurt I eat every night now? I used to have a 500-gram pot of yogurt, and now...
Yeah. Do you want to see Rufus's pot of yogurt, everyone? So,
I used to have a little pot of yogurt, and now I eat this size at night.
That's
what gives me the weight losses at night.
This is why
a 5 kilo pot of yogurt.
This is why Rufus is losing so much weight.
It's 5 kilos of yogurt every night.
He doesn't have this every night. He can't set into this. It's really heavy.
Yeah.
So yeah, natural yogurt he swears by. Kirsty says Ian and yourself have decided to do a DNA testing kit thingy as your presents to each other this year. Is that one to? I tell you what. While we're doing that, I'll stick my skincare on, then we'll get onto the makeup. Is that one of the ones which tell you what country you're from and all of that, or is that one of the ones that tell you your health, or tells you all sorts of other things? What is it that one does then? Let me know down in the comments. I'm very wary about those, you know. I am very wary about those because I'll tell you why. Because the companies have your DNA information, and once they have your DNA information, currently there's not a lot that governments and other people can do with that. However, at some point, what if Google decides that it is going to target the advertising to you depending on your DNA results? What happens if the government decides? I mean, technically the government have all our DNA because they've got blood tests and things, so if they wanted to do this they could, but what happens if like commercial companies started to do that? And then what happens if they said, you know, insurance companies said, based on your DNA tests, you are genetically predisposed to XYZ, therefore we're not going to insure you. You know what I mean? So there's a little bit, I've got a little bit of a, ooh, not sure about this in the back of my mind at the moment. But I've seen, but there's also a part of me that's genuinely curious as to where my ancestry comes from, because obviously we don't know anything about, this is the Planet Revolution little eye cream pot, which is actually, it's not a bad price. So we are sort of, how can I put it? We growing up didn't know anything about my dad's family. So he never told us anything about pretty much where he was from or anything in his past. My mum knew that he'd had a falling out with his family, but that was all that was ever said. There was like, there obviously were reasons that they discussed, but it wasn't something that as children we were ever party to. And then, you know, even when my dad was older, in his older years, he never explained, he never said. So because of that, like we could have relatives, me and my sibling, we could have relatives all over the place and just not know about it. Now, I've also got to say, you know, most of my mum's side of the family, in fact, all of my mum's side of the family are now dead. So it's kind of weird, really, because there could be like family members out there, but then I'm like, do I really want to go and have a look? And do I really want to go and, yeah, no, you know what I mean? I don't really, it's a can of worms that personally I don't want to open, just for whatever personal reasons they are. They use it to, oh, hang on, what's the chat's jumping. You get your point and agree that it needs greater regulation, but as we have some murky mysteries and family rumors on both sides, we thought it might, what if you find out you're related? What if you find out you're like cousins or something? Could you imagine? Could you imagine? You're doing a live stream tomorrow night at 8 p.m. if anyone is free. I I won't say that I'll definitely be on, because we sometimes at 8 o'clock we're still getting home from the warehouse. But I will absolutely try my best to get on, and if I'm on, I'll help mod. But yes, yeah, it's one of those, it's oh, I don't know, it's a bit like with my dad's history. Like me and my sister, when we were speaking, we did say that, do you know what, we want to go and have a look at our past, our history. Oh, there we go, turn that alarm off. We want to have a look at our history, but then we both decided against it, because if Dad had wanted us to know, he would have told us something. So there's a little bit of respect for that there. And then there's a little bit of, I don't want to, I don't know. It's a secret that I don't feel comfortable uncovering. And obviously whatever it was bad enough that he never revealed it. Like, not majorly to Mum or anything. He never revealed it. So because of that, it's something that I just think it's not my secret to investigate, you know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know what it would gain us, but it's interesting. It is interesting. Your last live has 2.5 thousand views. Good Lord, Ness. Well done, you. Oh, hang on. Oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God. Everything's jumping up. It's more about answering genealogical, I love that word, genealogical questions that have come up through us researching our family trees. We already know some secrets that could have been surprising. So what's a few more? Oh my Lord. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? See, again, some things, I don't know. I don't know. Family feuds, I know, right? I know, Sandy Beaches. That's exactly what it would be. Right, so I'm going to start the makeup. So I'm going to use the Beauty Bay White Primer. This is so bloody good. Seriously recommend, beyond like anything else. Recommend this as an eye base. Really, really, really good. Quite cheap for what it is. Lasts for ages. 10 times better than a concealer, 10 times better than even that little stick, that little pot one that I was using. This just goes on, because it's got that white base to it. You can tone it down if you need to, but it actually just makes the pigment works really, really, really well. Oh, neat. I'm sorry, Ness, I'm really, see again, look at that. Ness, I'm really, really pleased that your channel's growing again. I'm really pleased about that. You deserve it, my darling. My advice would be never take 6 weeks or 8 weeks off YouTube, because if you do that, then your channel kind of dies, like ours has. But we are coming back to it. We just got to keep finding the time to get back into filming and stuff, which is a little bit difficult at times, especially when, you know, life is hectic. But that is fantastic news, Ness. I am really, really pleased for you. As I say, you deserve it. You really do deserve it. You've already got tons of those in your immediate family. What, feuds? Wow. So let's use the white base. So it looks just like a concealer thingy. It really does. It looks like a concealer wand. And it kind of works the same to like put your, now that looks quite extreme, doesn't it? That's quite a lot. But when you tap it out, and again, because this is quite a grunge look, I'm going to tap it above and below. But when you tap it out, it can blend out quite nicely. So you just get your finger and blend. You know the routine by now. There's no post today, so we don't have to worry about the postman knocking, because they're on strike. So I know, right? But I've got to take that back to the post office, that coffee machine. Yeah, it doesn't work. Well, it will work. It just doesn't do what I bought it for, which is for that smart plug. So, because it's one of those ones that when the power goes off, it resets the on-off switch. It's not like a physical on-off switch. It's one you've got to touch, like a touch type. A touchy, what's it called? A touch screen one. You know what I mean? Rather than a physical click. And I need a click one. I'm probably going to end up getting one from a second-hand shop for £5, you know. I can see that happening. And I'll be like, my Amazon bargain. But so put that all over the lid. Lisa, you needed your break. Your health comes first. It does, but it's just really disappointing to see when your channels then die. It's really disappointing to see that, but you know, it's fine. YouTube isn't going to be anything that's going to be more than a hobby, and we've got to sort of maintain our lives. Can you see, by the way, the light's coming in just there from a thing, but can you see now with that on, it doesn't look as completely bonkers as it did, because you do just tap it out and it does work really, really well once it is properly tapped out. But it does still hold the colors really well. So then you've all missed the votes. We had few of us on live. I am going to be doing this every Thursday again, because even though I was dead this morning, absolutely, I was like, oh, I'm so tired. I really enjoy chatting to you all. So anyway, I missed y'all. So let's go. So this is the palette that you've all chosen today. I'm going to keep the Halloween palette theme running for the month. So the other ones will come back, and the Hocus Pocus palettes will come back, and we'll even bring in the Beetlejuice palette, and we're going to do all of the things. But for now, this is what we've got. So we've got the Raven, Monkey's Paw, Hell to Pay, Nevermore, Eel Pie, what does that say? Unearthly, Zombie, and Gravestone. So those are the options there. Ruby do. She's like, but I was comfy. See, she's like, oh, but why do I have to get down? Go and lie down then. Go and lie down. Good girl. I know. So I think what we're going to do then, we're going to start with the Monkey's Paw colour, which is this one up here, which is this sort of tan shade. Now, again, I'm very aware that I'm wearing red and black, so we're going to keep it sort of a little bit grungy, but a little bit neutral, so if that makes sense. So I'm not going to use like maybe that darker, or this one here, this brown, because it's going a bit too much in the pink, and I think that will pull against the top. So let me just see if I can move you a little bit closer. There we go. Nature Creep. Hey, Lisa, how are you doing health-wise? I was recently diagnosed with... you've had to have your thyroid out. Oh, my God. So for Nature Creep, I hope you're doing well, my darling. Yes, so the cancer update for everyone that's just joined, where we are at the moment is kind of no change. The cancer is still growing. It's back. The second surgery to confirm the grade of it, there was none in June when they did that. By the time they did the cystoscopy at the beginning of August, the cancer was back. So yeah, we're waiting to see what is happening with that. I've got to go back in probably, they said 3 months time, so that should in theory be November, but with all the way the NHS and the waiting lists are now, it could be December onwards when we go back for a second cystoscopy to see where the cancer is and to see if it's big enough to take it out yet. But that will be another bout of surgeries, hopefully just one more bout of surgery, and then some flushing through with chemo. So the chemo that I have is basically done straight after the surgery, and they literally fill my bladder with the chemo fluid and then wait. I don't know how long they wait for, because obviously I'm unconscious when it's done, but they fill the bladder and then they suck it all back out again, and that's that done, if that makes sense. So yeah, so that's what they do. And we're going to be having some more surgery at some point. We don't know when it's likely to be. Could be end of this year, could be early next year, could be springtime. We just don't know. We're up in the air at the moment with everything. So that's hence a lot of the stress. But at the moment, I'm ticking along. You know, it is what it is. My wee pattern at nighttime is now horrendous. I average about 1.5 hours to 2 hours sleep before I have to get up and wee throughout the night. So I'm like a newborn baby. So that's really bad. Oh, you had cancer on your ear and had surgery to remove it, Sandy Beaches. This is it, you see. They can do so much these days with surgeries. It really is. Like, if you're ever going to have cancer in your life, have it now. You know what I mean? Don't have it 10 years ago. Have it now. because the treatment now is at its pinnacle. Even with the delays in the NHS and everything else, it's still, they with every surgery, they learn more, they advance. So it is just going great guns. But yeah, so we don't quite know what's going to happen in the future, but then nobody does. So we're just carrying on. I am getting support now through Maggie's Yorkshire, which is a charity that help cancer, people related to cancer, or people affected by cancer, sorry. So family members and people with cancer themselves or survivors of cancer can go along to Maggie's and get support. So I'm getting weekly counselling sessions at the moment, which is helping me deal with some of the fallout, to be honest. Because there's a lot of stuff that it's affecting, and it really did affect me. But yeah, thank you for asking. It's all good. We're muddling through. The break wasn't because I needed surgery or anything like that, because I would tell you all of that. The break was literally just because I was exhausted, my brain was mashed, and I needed just to have a bit of a reset where I wasn't spending a lot of my time worrying about YouTube on top of everything else that we're dealing with. So yeah, so apologies for disappearing, but we're back. So now I'm going to use the shade Eel Pie. Anyway, I hope that succinctly kind of does everything. Oh, look at this. Kirsty says, if you're enjoying today's live and appreciate how honest and open Miss Lisa is about her cancer journey, please hit that thumbs up button. Yeah, give thumbs up to me, not to cancer. You're giving it to me. Thank you very much. So I'm going to use the Eel Pie color now, which is this, like, it's got a Lisa Simpson imprint in it, and it's like a matte grey, like a mid-tone grey. Now, the one thing I will say about this palette, if you're a fan of the Simpsons, don't get this for the imprints, because this white one I think I've used 3 times, and the imprint of Bart is gone. So the imprints are really, really not that good. It's quite a soft pressed palette in all honesty. But this is what the Eel Pie color looks like. So quite medium tone. Right, so I'm just going to place this kind of on the crease, but I'm taking it slightly lower onto the lid itself, if you look, just like that, to kind of build it up. I don't want to go too high. Oh God, it's 5 to 12. We've got a half an hour left before we need to leave, so that's fine. That's fine. I know, right? The days of doing 5-hour live streams are gone, I'm afraid, everybody. Just because, like, we don't have time in the schedule anymore to do bonkers things like that. And also Wednesdays are now pretty much exhaustion days for us, aren't they, love? Or the day after we've done a day at the surplus supermarket. We need a day to recover because it is knackering, but very good value, very good experience, good stuff, all the good things, but it is tiring. So now I'm going to use the black shade, which is the Raven. Taking that on the same brush. By the way, this is the Spectrum B06, so just a fluffy but flat brush. If you can, oh, there you go. Look, if you can see, it's a flat brush. And I'm just going to place this just pretty much where we've placed that mid-grey tone colour. Now this has got a little tiny bit of sparkle to it, but I've got to say the sparkle doesn't really show up. And as you can see, when you add that black, it's not the blackest of blacks in the world. It's not great, put it that way. Well done. Well, so Nanette says that your grandma had breast cancer 13 years ago, and she was lucky. She had to take medicine for it for 5 years, and she's never had cancer again. Wow, that does sound incredibly lucky. Well done to your grandma. Send her a big thumbs up from us, and give her a big old hug, won't you? Because it's a really tough journey. Whatever age you're going through, it really is a tough journey. That's something that we have discovered along the road. So as you can see, that black is looking almost dark grey, and there is quite a bit of fallout with this palette. That is something I would say. So I don't know whether I'm going to do a full face of foundation today, but I don't know whether you can see just under here, there's like a little bit of a grey smudge going on, and a bit here. Look, you can see there's a couple of dots there where the makeup, look, you can see really clearly there, look, where the makeup has fallen. And unfortunately, that's just part of this palette. Sometimes Revolution's formulas are really, really good. Sometimes they're a bit soft pressed. This is quite soft pressed. So even though we're going on to what is, you know, a really good eye base, it still just has a tendency to fall. So there's not a lot you can do about that, unfortunately. I'm going to use this same brush one more time. I'm just kind of giving it a wipe, and I'm just going to go into that monkey's paw shade that we used originally, that brown, and I'm just going to just go over and take up just on the outside corners. I'm just going to go over that a little bit, just to kind of give me a bit more warmth and just to raise it up on the outer ledge.
This is a reminder from Mrs. Adams' list.
Computer. Computer, stop. I've got lists of jobs that are for me to do. It doesn't work now, does it? Oh, there you go. So we've got Alexa hooked up, so that basically if one of us coughs, the one in the kitchen says, "This is a reminder, drink water." So yeah, so Rufus was just trying to trigger her, but yeah, it is funny. Yeah, she will do. She does. She doesn't care. So as you can see, when you blend it out with that brown, it actually works quite nicely. It smokes it out quite nicely, especially sort of when you can smoke it up and out. But that black is really lackluster. So if you're buying this palette, it is in the sale. I would recommend getting it in the sale. I wouldn't recommend ever paying full price for this. But if you see it cheap, it's a decent enough grungy palette if you're in the market for one. But there is quite a bit of fallout on it. And yeah, it's a little bit hit or miss. Now I think, okay, then let's give it to all of you to decide. Right now, personally, I know what I would go for to finish this off with a shimmer. I'm going to do my under eyes in a bit, but this white is a shimmer. So I didn't do any swatches, did I? I'll tell you what, I'll swatch you this as well. So these are the two shimmers on the palette, right? So we've got the sort of the white shade, and then we've got this sort of coppery shade. So those are the two shimmers. You can see it's quite nice. The shimmers that Revolution do are always good. Okay, so one of these I'm going to put under my eye, sorry, on the lid, on the mobile lid. So I'm going to let you choose what you think the look needs. Do I need the white, or does it need the copper? So that's going to be entirely up to you to see how this look kind of, how it pulls together. So do you want the white shimmer or the copper shimmer? You can see they're both beautiful. Really, the shimmers that Revolution do, again, totally good. Really do recommend their shimmers. But in terms of a lot of their, especially these smaller palettes, a lot of them are really, really hit and miss. But anyway, this is going to be your next vote. Do we go white or copper? Vote now in the live chat. So then let's have a look at what you all think. I've got my other coffee here. Copper. Oh, a 50-50 says Jessica. Nature Creep says copper. Oh, everyone's saying copper, but a couple of you are saying do a white copper ombre or use a mixture of the two. So I'll tell you what, we'll do copper and then see if we need to add the white. How about that? Because I've got to say, my gut instinct is to always go with the copper, because it works really, really nicely. Everyone's saying copper, so we'll do copper first. Right, so we'll put this one on. I don't think this one had an imprint on, to be fair, but if it did, it's completely destroyed because it's a really soft press, which I don't mind, especially for the shimmers. You kind of want it quite soft, but it is very, very good. Right then, so let's just apply that over the mobile lid. I'm not going all the way in the outer corner, but I am just taking that. Look at the shimmer. Look at that. Look at the reflect on it. It is really, really good. You can see that. Hopefully you can see that on camera. There, look, you can see it there. Look at that. Boink, 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 boink. really, really beautiful shade. It's kind of, I keep thinking what I want to do maybe at some point is to give, like, to go through all my palettes and to basically go, if I could choose from a lot of my makeup palettes, what would my favorite, like, what would my perfect palette be? Using all the palettes I've got, all the different colors, what would my perfect palette be? So let me know if you'd be interested in that, because certainly I think I would break it down by brand. So I would have all the Jeffree Star palettes I've got. There's a lot of colors in each palette that I don't use. A lot of colors I do use all the time. So what would be my perfect individual Jeffree Star cosmetics palette? So if I went through, you know, Alien, Bloodlust, Blood Sugar, Blue Blood, Blood Money, Conspiracy, Jawbreaker, Mini Breaker, and Mini Controversy, those palettes, if I went through all of those, what would be, so what's that, 9 out of those 9 palettes, what would be in my, how many does he do, like what would be in my 18 colors? So potentially 2 tones from each palette. What would be my perfect Jeffree Star Cosmetics palette? What would that be? And then go through with like my Revolution ones, and then my I Heart Revolution, which would be never buy one, don't buy one. But if you'd be interested in seeing that, let me know, because it's something I was thinking the other day. I was thinking, oh, I tend to grab one palette. So like this is here because I was testing a look yesterday that we'll be filming very soon. So I tested the look yesterday, and so I was like, oh, of this palette, of the Blood Money palette, right, which I do use, but you can see there are some colors in here. So this sagey green, although I have used it, barely looks touched. The what other one doesn't look really touched? This brown I touch on, but a lot of these shades, this green here, bizarrely enough, I don't tend to use that an awful lot. So there's a few colors that I'm like, there's some that I use all the time and some that I barely use. And so if I was to come up with like an ideal Halloween palette, what would that be? If I was to do like my ideal brand, oh yeah, great idea, Lisa, but yeah, agree with Kirsty, it would take a while. Yeah, doing it by brand would help. I thought you meant just take one palette out of all of your collection. If I was to do the entire collection, the palette would have to be one of those giant Beauty Bay ones, you know, like the giant 50, 60 color palettes, like one of those, because I wouldn't be able to narrow it down any further. But yeah, I think I might do that. I might do that over the next, like in November, and then do it for like I don't think I won't be doing Christmas, like what's it called? YouTube-mas. What's it called where you do a video every day? Vlogmas. Yeah, I won't be doing Vlogmas this year because we haven't got time. But I do think that like putting out some more interesting content like that might be fun. Bit of fun content, like wishful thinking content.
I don't know what
Rufus has just made the dog's dinner.
I chopped up tinned carrots and chopped it with a knife and put it in with the mince and a bit of the southern gravy.
So this is what the dogs have got. They've got a delicious mix of, we think it's pork. It's no.
Beef and something.
No, do you know it smells like lamb?
Is it?
Because of the fat. It smells like lamb. Yeah, I think it's lamb. You can't smell it, can you? No, it's lamb. So lamb mince. Is there any onion in it?
No.
No.
Just
carrots and
a little bit of southern
fried gravy for the dogs. That's what the dogs get.
Well, not southern, but it's just southern gravy.
Southern gravy, yeah, not southern fried. It's the what's it called? Mayflower curry. Mayflower gravy.
Yeah.
So that's what we have to do for the dogs because they're so finicky. But anyway, right. So this is what this looks like. Yeah, Vlogmas. I don't think I'm doing Vlogmas because it's going to be too much. But I might do I might try and do some more content. We'll see how we go when we get there. Because I keep saying I'm going to do a lot more content, and then I just get so tired that I don't have time to film or edit. But anyway, you're having your tea made for you tonight. The middle troll is cooking chicken biryani at school. Wow. That sounds cool. Okay, Jess, see you in a bit. You were going to do that for October, but I got tired from doing too many streams every day. Yeah, be careful with that, Nanette. Streaming can really like take it out of you. It really can. But yeah, I'm not doing Vlogmas, but I was going to do Spooktober this year, which would have meant trying to do a video every month, and I just thought I can't. So we're doing Beyond Halloween. So there's lots of Halloween content across all the channels. The other channel, there will be tarot related Halloween content and also some spooky looks coming on that one. So yes, bear all that in mind. But that's going to be a little bit later in the month. We're starting it into the month, if that makes sense. But anyway, right, so this is what the look looks like with the copper. I think it looks fine like that, to be honest, but I am going to do what a couple of you have suggested and use a little bit of the white. So this is the white, and I'm just going to place it on the inner corner, just on the inner corner, just to give it a little pop like that. I don't know whether that's picking up on camera, and there is still quite a bit of fallout with this, so bear that in mind. But again, it's, to be fair, Revolution, when they do their collabs, they are very, very hit or miss at the moment. It's one thing I've noticed. They tend to, well, I'm not going to say definitively, but my guess would be that they rely on the fact that it's a collaboration rather than trying to make the best palettes possible, and they just happen to be Simpsons themed or whatever. It really does feel like that the quality is whatever it is, and then like on top of that, they know that people are going to buy it for the packaging. Does that make sense? Which is a real shame, because sometimes their formulas are actually some of the best that I've ever tried from any brand. It's just really hit or miss, certainly with the collabs, as to what that is. Right, I was looking for my micellar water, which I can't find. I do have contact lenses and contact lens solution next to me, because some of the looks are that far out. I know, I've got contact lenses and everything, and I've got wigs. For one particular look, I have contact lenses, I have a wig, I've got the makeup all designed. Part of the stuff that I brought in Poundland is for that particular look, and it's going to be, oh, I don't know which channel to put it on. It may well end up being on this channel, but yeah, absolutely, that is going to be a thing. I'm really excited about it. Really excited about it. It's it's so daft. I get so excited about, like, look, contact lens solution. I can't wear contact lenses because I've got a dodgy shaped eyeball. So I literally bought it just to be able to do the look and then take the contacts out and preserve them. How ridiculous is that? Anyway, right. Where are we up to with the... This is so cool. I really want to tell you what I'm doing, but I can't. I can't yet. But it is for one look. It's so cool. It's... I'm like a child at Christmas. Oh God, that is what we say though, isn't it? That's what we call Halloween. It's goth Christmas. That is it. And I'm still a goth at heart. So then let's get this is just going to be a baby wipe now to clean up underneath, because I can't find my cellar water. I bet it's falling down the bottom, probably. Anyway, let's just sort this, shall we? So let's clean this off underneath, and you'll see just by going like that. Look at the fallout. Can you see that there? Doesn't look too much, but yeah, look, yeah, that's just fallout. So yeah, let's do the same on this side. You know that you're not going to push yourself when you feel like you can do it. You're going to what? You're going to, when I don't have the energy to, I'm not going to push myself. Yep. Too many people, you know, telling you not to push. Yeah. Also, there is a belief that the more you stream, the better it is for your viewing rates and everything else. But there's also a counter argument, which is that if you're on, I don't know when you've been streaming, because I've seen Entertainment Hideout pop up a couple of times, but I didn't remember subscribing to the channel. So I was like, oh, look at that. Look at that. Ugh. Ugh. Look at all that fallout. Yuck. Yeah. Oh, I just realised. Can you see it on that side? Did you see it on that side, or is it on this side? Now look, you can see it. Look, that's just the fallout, right? It's definitely a fallouty palette, but again, you just, as Kirsty says there, you just do your eyes first, and it solves that problem. So it's not too much of an issue. But what I was going to say, Nanette, is a lot of people, when they start streaming, I'm going to use this concealer, which is the Morphe concealer. I got it in the sale. It's the shade, oh God, I don't know what the shade is. It's pale. Look at that. I can't read that. No one can read that. But yeah, it's in the sale, so I don't mind. But when you stream all the time, people assume that you're always going to be on. So because people assume that you're always going to be on, it means there's no need to watch you on that stream. Because if I miss today's stream, I can catch it tomorrow. Or if I miss Monday night stream, I can watch Tuesday morning stream, and then there's Tuesday night. You know what I mean? So people that stream all the time, I think it's really it's really difficult to maintain. But also in terms of viewers, a lot of your viewers will become complacent because it means that you're always on. And if you're always on, then it doesn't become anything worth tuning in for. Whereas hopefully, especially now we're down to 2-hour formats, like on a Thursday, hopefully this is like a bit of fun. You watch me put my makeup on for the day. You can either sabotage me in the live chat and you've done that in the past. All of you have picked some weird and wonderful combinations in the past that I've had to go out the house with, and that's part of this, right? So you get, and I did, yeah, and I do. So you get to do that. So you get to go, oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to do the other, right? So that's all fine. But what it means is that basically, what was I saying? Yeah, so Thursdays, it's all about a bit of fun, a bit of a catch up, and then hopefully you'll sit there, have your coffee, join me for a bit of a natter, have a bit of fun, a bit of a giggle, put me on while you're doing the washing or the washing up or whatever it is you're doing, and then it just means we can kind of hang out whilst I do my face. But also you get to go, right, we're going to stitch Lisa up, or we're going to see about, what interesting palettes she might have, or she might do this palette, she might do that palette. So it's a bit of fun, bit of interaction, bit of fun, right? If I was doing this every single day, it would take that bit of fun, chill out away from that. And whilst it means that a few people would watch this that maybe, aren't available to watch live on a Thursday, maybe they'll watch the Tuesday stream. Overall, a lot of people will be like, oh my God, Lisa, we get it. You're doing your face. You do it every single day. Big deal. I don't need to watch. You know what I mean? So it's something, it sort of goes against building your channel. So just be careful with that. People are also more likely to watch a live on replay if they weren't able to tune in. If the lives are once a week or month rather than daily too. Yeah, absolutely, Kirsty, absolutely. I still, do you know what? I still look back at some of your unboxing videos when I was looking at, maybe I'll get another, like a random box for October, which I haven't done. But when I was looking at maybe a witch casket or a spooky box or whatever one of those ones, I thought, oh, maybe I'll have a look. And I literally went back and had to look on what some of your unboxings were for October, like in previous years, to decide whether or not there was anything I wanted to have a look at. So, even though it's not this year's content, I still kind of, we still look at that. Right, I've got a big spot here. I don't know whether anyone can see that just there. So I'm going to try and just put a bit of concealer just there and then blend it in. Again, a bit of blendy blend. So going down my nose, and then I'm taking what's left on my finger on my smile lines. So again, take that across the forehead, that bit there, on the smile lines, and then just blend this all out. So this has been sort of one of the things that, because my skin isn't too bad at the moment, just conceal that spot. Oh, look, the spot's gone. That's a good concealer. Look, gone. Because, what was I saying? Yeah, because my skin's not too bad at the moment. What I'm finding is that I can get away with literally just this. So I will put a little bit of setting powder on in a second. But that kind of is the amount of coverage that I kind of like these days. So are you all right? Do I need to move anything? But oh, so let's have a look. What time are we on? 10 minutes, and then I've got to head off very soon. Yeah, do keep it in mind in it. I mean, again, it's also that thing of, you know, whatever works for you. And if you're enjoying streaming every single day, then keep streaming every single day. Sod the algorithm. Like, chances are, let's be realistic, right? Chances are it's very unlikely that any of us are going to be full-time YouTubers, right? Very unlikely. Because we haven't got organizations behind us, backing us, marketing, blah, blah, blah. We haven't got all of that. And so chances are that we're going to still be hobbyists. Now, we might make a bit of money from it. You might, you know, build your channel, get 10,000 subscribers, all of that. But to get to the point where you're earning a decent amount of money, you need to be in the millions. And chances are none of us are going to do that. So if we all keep in mind, this is a hobby, and you do it when you can, and we'll commit to what we can do, but we've got to bear in mind that real life kicks in, and work kicks in, and family and everything else kicks in. And actually, you know, this isn't our job, and probably is never going to be our job. As long as you keep that in mind, then do it. As long as you're enjoying it, you do it. And if you want to live stream 14 hours a day, every day for the rest of your life, you do it, my darling. Don't let any of us tell you otherwise. You do what feels right for you. At the end of the day, it's your hobby. You do it. Do what you like. That's what I say, my darling. And if it works, and if you're enjoying it, then sod it. It doesn't have to be all about money and income and, you know, millions of people and all of that stuff. It can just be a lovely hobby where we sit around and chat with each other, can't it? Right, so I'm going to use, I'm not done with today's look, by the way. I'm going to use, what brush am I looking for? I'm looking for, there we go. Oh, this brush. So it's a spectrum brush. It's a flat brush. As you can see, it's almost like a concealer brush, but it isn't. It's a A13 spectrum brush, if anybody's got one. And I'm going to use the, you know when I said I wasn't going to use this brown, this one here that's like red toned, I think I might use this brown. I'm so bloody contrary, aren't I? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. So we're going to do tappity, 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 tap, 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 like that. Just a little bit on there. And I'm going to run this on my lower lash line. Oh, it is very warm though. It's a very warm brown. Maybe this was a mistake. Well, we've committed to it now. Yep, maybe that was a mistake. Never mind. Never mind. Well, that's what we've got.
In case anyone wants to know what the moolie looks like.
Oh, yes. So earlier on we were talking about moolie. So this is what a moolie is.
Giant radish. And that's how I dice it up to put in a curry. So we probably get about maybe...
You know, holding this, I'm likely to get demonetized on YouTube, don't you?
at least maybe 8 servings or more out of this one for people, I think, maybe. So
this is a moolie. It's a white radish. It's a moolie. Yeah. Everyone's going, what the hell?
That's about a quarter of that.
There you go. So this is a quarter of a moolie. We are growing some at home. Yeah. So we are growing moolie, but this is what it looks like when Rufus dices it. It's a moolie. It's a white radish. Yeah. So it's very popular in India and in South Indian, the southern Indian continent sort of area. It's used a lot in curries. It's a real, not for earning anything. What's that? Yeah. It's a real doobie. What am I saying? It's a really mild white radish, okay, but it's really tasty. It is really, really tasty. So we get those at the surplus supermarket, and yeah, so we get them and we use them. They're actually really nice. A little bit suggestive, as you can see. When they all came in, all the girls on the team, they all went, They're not all that big. They're not all as big as Rufus's one. So
well, that's all about those ones that turn up at the warehouse are oversized though anyway.
Yeah, they are oversized. They're not all as big as yours, are they, love? Some of them are a lot smaller. Yes, does it taste nice? Yes, it tastes like a very mild radish, and you use it like a potato. So when you dice it and put it in cooking and stews and that, yeah, use it like a swede, a parsnip, a potato, and it just gives a really nice sort of potato-y texture with a slight mild radish flavour. It's really nice, really, really good. I totally recommend it, actually. Plus, also, you know, you get a lot of giggles about it. That's what every proud other half says. I know, right? Oh, God. So many things that just, well, make up your own punchline to all of the jokes. I'm telling you. Right. So I've dipped into the eel pie colour, which is this grey one here. And I'm just going to, like, again, run that just close to the lash line. Maybe I didn't pick up enough of that shade. There we go, that's better. And I'm just basically, as you can see now, that's just taking that brown down a little bit, because it is such a warm brown. I don't know why it's in this palette. It feels really out of place, to be honest with you. But again, it's one of those random shades, isn't it? This is the thing with the collaborations. It's got nothing to do with the actual episode or anything else that it's relating to. And it's got everything to do with just the colors that they randomly chose to put in. Right, I'm just taking it up a little bit, so we've got a nice, that looks quite cool, doesn't it? And then I am going to use a soft fluffy brush. So this one here is Spectrum A12, and again, that monkey's paw, that first shade there, that lighter brown, and I'm just going to blend those two together on my under eye, just like so. And then to, again, slightly take that underneath a little bit. It is a very odd shade, you're right, Kirsty, especially because, look, this is what it's based on. I guess the argument was that it's based on this sort of colour of the Raven. But I'm sure that, like, that looks like a grey to me. It doesn't look like that. You know what I mean? Sorry, that's there. Both of these two browns, like, hang on, which way is it? Like, no, hang on. My brain's going the other way, brain. Oh my God, my brain, do it. No. There we go. These two. I could not work it out when it was flipped around. Nice on its own for a simple look, and then just use the black in the palette to deepen. The three browns, they do kind of work together, so you could do like a natural look with it. But again, it's called the Raven. It's supposed to be a dark, spooky palette. Why put the browns in? I don't understand. But anyway, it does work when you blend that out and smudge it out to get that sort of grungy look from back in the day. That does work. Right, so we are rapidly running out of time, and we've only got, oh gosh, I've only got mascara to do. So hopefully my good mascara, oh, his dinner pot still in there. Oh, where's my mascara gone? Flaming now. What have I done with that now? Where's my mascara gone? Oh, I don't know. Right, I'll use the, I can't find my MAC one. Is that it there? She says. No, it's probably not. No, I don't know what I've done in the MAC one. But anyway, we're going to use the Bad Girl Bang that Neat sent me. This is the, it's not Maybelline, is it? No, Benefit Bad Girl Bang. Quite like it. Yeah, it does the job. It's not as immediate as the MAC Stack one, but it really does do the job. So we'll coat the lashes. I was going to use a liner, but I don't think I want a liner. I think I want the lashes to stand out against that copper metallic base, actually, because I really like that shimmer. So we'll do probably, we've got about 5 more minutes of this before I'm done, because I need to do my lips as well. And then that is it for today's stream, everybody. So do make sure you are subscribed if not already. If you're watching this on the replay, then hello, and thank you so much for joining. Hopefully it's been interesting. We've had a bit of a catch up today. There we go. See, look at that. You can see with the mascara, it's definitely needed, can't you? So we'll do, oh gosh, putting it all over my fingers. We'll do this on the other eye. And just let me know if you've tried this MAC stack one yet. And if so, what do you think? Do you think it's as good as the Bad Girl Bang? Because I know that Neat absolutely, the Major absolutely loves this one. And I know that a few other people that have tried it rave about it. But the MAC one for me, it just, this is really good, but you've got to kind of build it up, which I guess is fine if you want to, you know, get to like a midway point where you've got the mascara on, but it's not too full. So you've got that kind of midway, you can stop. Whereas for me, I like 2 coats of the MAC one and it looks amazing. It looks like false lashes. Whereas with this, like I've already gone over it a couple of times, and then you've got to wait for it to dry and then go over it a couple more times. The MAC stack smudges on you. Wow, I've never had it smudge. See, this is it. This is why it's good to get opinions from people in the chat, to be honest, because like for me, that MAC stack is never once smudged. Never, ever, ever. But again, look. Could it be how somebody applies it? Or? It could be how it's applied. It could just be different people's shaped lashes. So some people's lashes might point a little bit differently. Smudges on the lower lash line. Wow. It could be, but it's Anita that's having the issue, and Anita's used mascara for as many years as I have, because you know we're both in our 20s, so we've been using mascara for at least 10 years now. Isn't that right, Nate? Like just that batch that they did that wasn't great. Could be a different batch, or it could just be that. So it could be if she's finding it smudging on a lower lash line, it could be that it's her lower lashes are not quite as pronounced as mine, because my lower lashes actually kind of grow out and down. So it could be that yours kind of grow that way. So if they grow that way, you might have more trouble. Mine kind of grow quite nicely like that. So when I'm applying it, it's going onto that outer edge, not so much on the lash line itself. But let me just see if I can do my lower lash line. Yay, we got jellies afterwards. Kirsty's tried the MAC, haven't tried the MAC stack, but you love the Bad Girl Bang. I've got to say, yeah, I mean, of all of my mascaras, and I am going to do the top 10 mascara video. Now I've been putting them all to the test over over this year. I am going to tell you what my top 10 are, and all I will say is that Bad Girl Bang is going to be in the top 5. So yeah, I do recommend it. I do. And because it's based on price point and value, as well as the effect of the mascara, don't be so sure that what you think is going to be number 1 is number 1. That's all I'm saying. Right, I am going to use this palette one more time to do my eyebrows. Rabina Sahunta says, you see, you enjoy mouli paratha, a flatbread stuffed with grated mouli. That sounds nice.
It would if I could eat the bread.
Yeah, we can't have the bread, but we do like grated mouli. You can put it into like a relish, or like in a almost like a Greek salad. You can do like a salady thing with it, which is really nice. Right, I'm going to use this darker brown here just on my brows. Now, obviously, if you're new to the channel, my eyebrows are tattooed on because of the alopecia. So I have about 6 to 8 eyebrow hairs on each side that are still there. The rest of them disappeared a long time ago. But the tattoo just kind of helps. It means that when I wake up in the morning, I've already got brows. Otherwise, I look like Jeffree Star, which is not a good look. Not a good look. It's been so long since you've had a chance to do a full-on makeup look. Your bank balance is a lot happier though. Well, yep, tell me about it. Since I've stopped reviewing stuff on the channel quite as much, I've stopped buying stuff and I've stopped buying the random boxes. Although I still get Rocker Box emails and I look and I go, oh, maybe, and a lot of the other ones. But because I've stopped buying stuff, again, it saved me a lot of money not buying stuff. But there you go. Look, so now that, again, that brown is really nice. It's like a nice mid-tone brown. That one just sticks out to me. Anyway, that's kind of the eyes done. Now, I do think I was going to put this to a vote, but I'm not going to put it to a vote because I literally don't have time. We've got to go out, well, now. We're just going to be running late otherwise. So I've got 2 shades of lipstick. I've got a lighter brown and a darker brown. So one is Leo and one is Top Shelf by JSC. And what I like to do with these 2 is literally to ombre the 2 of them. So that's what I'm going to do with this one. So the Top Shelf is the darker shade. Just like that. When eyebrows on the edge looks darker than the other. One eyebrow will look darker because of the way the light is hitting. So, but actually they are pretty even. There's just one little bit, like right in that corner bit there. That's kind of better. But thank you for that. It's because I've got a light here, so this side is getting the light and this side's a little bit more in shadow. But that's why. But they are actually even. But thank you very much for letting me know. There you go. So if I do it like that in the mirror, they're pretty much even. But that's the brown, and then all I like to do is put the lighter shade, which is Leo. It's still here, Major. It will be sent. Don't worry. It's been hectic. In fact, when I take this coffee maker back to the post office, I'll drop it in for you. So there you go. That's the brown in the middle. And all it's left to do is put these 2 shades back into the doodah, into the Jeffree Star stand thing, because oh God, hang on. And then that one goes in like that. There we go. So this is the stand with all the lip flippies on that I use on a daily. Not all of them, but I've got the NARS and the Star Woman that Neat sent me, and then this is a not Fenty, what's it called, Juvia's Place. So they're the ones I tend to use a lot. So yes, where am I off to? I am off to Surplus to Purpose, which is a surplus supermarket in Leeds, and we do a little bit of volunteering there when we can. And we are off to go and do a little bit of volunteering. So yeah, to go and help. Oh gosh, excuse me, help out. So anyway, that is the look today, everyone. I'm going to spray it with the Hyaluronic Fix by Revolution. Tiny little dregs of that left. There we go. So it's not that I'm going anywhere nice. We're not going anywhere nice. We're literally just going to go and help support a local charity. But there you go. Oh, no, sorry, it's not a charity. A local social enterprise in stopping food waste. That's what we're going to do. So anyway, there you go, everyone. That is today's look finished. I'm just whacking my sock on because I need to put my shoes on. But there you go. That is what we've done today. Thank you so much. You've all picked the palette, which is quite good, I guess. So what do I think about this palette overall? I think if you can get it for £3 or £4 in the sales, get it. I think it was originally £8 or £9 or £10. It's not worth that. Really not worth that. You can get a very similar look with lots of other palettes. It's good. I like that you've got the browns. I like that you've got the blacks and the greys, not the browns. And you've got the white. And I really like the fact that they put a copper shade in, because it works really nicely with the grey tones. I like the monkey's paw shade as a transition shade, because I think it takes it away from the greys and the smudgy look. So I really like that. This red brown has no place in it. It's too warm. This is like a cool tone palette. This pulls completely warm, completely weird. This dark brown here, you can kind of get away with. But this red warm sort of pinky toned red, pinky toned brown here, it just completely pulls wrong. So with an £8 palette, to lose one of the shades just for it not looking right is a bit annoying. But if you can pick this up in the sale, this is the sort of look, you can't really do much more than this. You could do a really neutral look, but that's kind of it really. You've got a neutral browns, or you've got a grey and smoky, or like what I've done, which is like a grungy grey and smoky with neutrals. That's kind of it. But the rest of it, bit hit and miss. I like it because it kind of still does the grunge look, and I quite like that effect. So for me, this is kind of the only look I would really do with this palette. I might try and film the other, like the neutral side of it, but I just don't like this shade. I really don't like it's well, look, you can see, look at that, look how patchy that is. So you've got to go over it twice to even get it out, and then it's like, look at that, it's pink. Why? I don't understand. Here we go. Look, I will swatch the other two brown shades. Like that light brown one there, really nice transition shade, and that dark brown one there, like you can see that. But this red, don't understand it. But if you can get it in the sale, it's worth it for like a quick go-to. Stick it in your handbag. It's not going to break the bank. It's got a little mirror on it. So if you can get it for £3 or £4 and you like a grungy look, it's one you can use. But if you're looking for something that's a bit more exciting, give it a miss. But there you go, everyone. Thanks so much for joining me today. Oh my God, we're back. I have missed you all. I have missed doing these. So I will be back next Thursday, 10:30 till 12:30, not 12:40 like it is now. We're going to be late. We're going to have to get off now, but thank you so much for joining. Look out for another a video coming up over the weekend with the first of my dedicated Beyond Halloween makeup looks. That will be up sometime over the weekend, depending on me getting it edited and up. It's been filmed, just got to put it together, and then yeah, hopefully we'll join you, you'll join us rather again next Thursday morning, 10:30 till 12:30. You might even see Rufus, where you can jump in and let us all know what he's done on Slimming World. If not, I'll tell you what we've done on Slimming World. And there should be some, we should be filming again over the weekend, some new Slimming World videos as well. But that is going to be it today. Thank you so much for everybody for joining in the comments. Thank you to everybody for all your likes and hearts and all of that loveliness. And yeah, we will see you very soon. I am off now, and I've got to say, I actually quite like how this turned out. So yay, thumbs up to all of you. You've all been amazing, and I will see you very soon. And as we always say on this channel, stay you, stay safe, stay authentic, and I will definitely see you next time. Bye-bye. Hi, this is Lisa. You're watching Beyond Authentic Health and Beauty. Don't forget, if you haven't already, hit that like button. It really helps us out with YouTube's algorithm. And then hit that subscribe button and make sure you have dinged your bell and changed your settings to all. That way YouTube should notify you each and every time we upload a video. But if you'd like to support us on this channel just a little bit more, you can always go across to buymeacoffee.com/Beyond Authentic, where you can, in fact, buy us a coffee. That's also where full details of our brand new Coffee Club Crew memberships are, including exclusive members only content. Thank you so much to those of you who are choosing to support us.